Made for a Purpose. Lessons from My Sheepdogs. Written by Debbie L. Cole. Narrated by Mary Sherman. Acknowledgements. Debbie wishes to acknowledge the following people. Everett Heiston, a Bible scholar who has served the Lord as both a minister and elder for the church, for proofreading and editing the scriptural accuracy and content of the Bible passages included. His review and edits for both I Am a Sheep and Made for a Purpose have been invaluable to my writing. Nancy Simpson, proofreader and original editor before the manuscripts were submitted for both I Am a Sheep and Made for a Purpose. Judy Davis, reader and proofreader of the original I Am a Sheep manuscript before it was submitted to the publisher. Donnie Bonine, proofreader and editor before the Made for a Purpose manuscript was submitted. Kara Ekman, photographer for my author photo. Beth Edwards, photography for the photo of the Fisher grandkids, the last photo before the glossary. Professional handlers and sheepdog trainers of Texas who welcomed me, encouraged me, and taught me how to compete in sheepdog trials. Kip, my husband, for all his encouragement and support of my writing. Dedication. I dedicate this book to my daughters Crystal Fisher and Valerie Roberts. My precious girls have become great mothers, making spiritual training and growth a priority in their homes. They have allowed me to share time with the grandchildren out in the pasture with the sheep. I could not be prouder of the godly women they have become. They are real blessings to me, to Kip, and to their families. Introduction. In 2010, I was blessed with a puppy who I named Tux. Tux is an Augie, a cross between two herding breeds, Welsh Pembroke Corgi and Australian Shepherd. The Corgi breed was developed to herd cattle, while the Australian Shepherd is to herd sheep. In October of that year, Tux, 9 months, and I went to the Corgi Festival in Buda, Texas. Much to my delight, Tux passed an AKC sheep herding test with flying colors. With that successful test, I began looking for a place to train and herd sheep. I met several sheepdog handlers, person controlling training the dog, who compete in sheepdog trials, SDT. I bought my first border collie, Junebug, in January of 2012. She was already trained to herd sheep and follow commands from a handler. Rascal, another border collie, was added to my pack in 2015. She had started her training, but had much to learn before she was ready to compete in a sheepdog trial. As I was learning about sheep and about myself and the Good Shepherd, our Lord God, the dogs became an integral part of that learning process. All 3 of those dogs were made for a purpose, which is to herd livestock, sheep in particular, yet they respond very differently to the master and to herding work. We too are made for a purpose by our master and good shepherd, God himself. I've written this book with lessons I've learned from sheep herding dogs. I pray their stories will bless and encourage you to fulfill our master's purpose in your life. Chapter 1. Made for a Purpose. In the beginning. We all know God created us and has a plan for our lives. But do we believe it deep down in our souls, to the point that we find our God-given purpose and pursue it wholeheartedly? It is not enough to know of God and believe He exists. We need to truly know Him and to have a relationship with Him, which requires time and effort on our part. It's not just so we can tick off the boxes. No, we need to truly come to know His character, to understand we need to walk with and follow Him with a desire in our hearts for a deeper relationship. In the sheep fields with my dogs, God spoke to my heart, not in audible words, but by watching the sheep and the dogs, feeling convicted when I see myself and their actions as I serve Him. God laid out His plan from the beginning, as we read in Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 through 27. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness." So God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. King David was inspired to give us more detail in Psalm 139. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?